let's do some tapping for anxiety. I don't know about you, but these times are so uncertain, and it does bring out anxiety in most of us. So I'm going to show you some tapping points. You may have done some tapping in the past, and maybe this is a little bit different than the tapping that you've learned, but this is a technique that is really helpful and can really make me feel a lot calmer after doing it. So I'm going to show you the 10 points that we normally tap. The first one is right along the side right here. Okay. The second one is on the top of your head. And if you've learned this differently, doesn't really matter which way you go, but the 10 points here. Then there's one here, 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 down here in the crease, then right across this area, another one down under the armpit area, and then the last one is going to be right around this area of your hand. All right, so we're going to pick the phrase of, even though I'm feeling anxious and nervous about these uncertain times. That's the phrase I'm going to use because I am anxious and a little uncertain about these times. So even though I'm anxious and uncertain about these times, and then the positive affirmation is, I know I'm going to be okay. Or you can also say, I trust that I will be fine. It's a positive affirmation. All right, let's start. All right, so we're going to start right here. Even though I'm feeling anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I'm going to be okay. I'm going to go to the top of the head. Even though I'm feeling anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I'm going to be okay. Notice I'm using both my hands. I kind of like the both. You can do one hand or the other hand. I like both, all right? If you've learned it differently, you can do it that way too. All right, next point, right by the eyebrows, right there. Even though, and I'll just do it so you can see right here, even though I'm anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I'm going to be okay. Corner of the eye. Even though I'm anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I'm going to be okay. Right down here. Even though I'm anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I'm going to be okay. Down here. Even though I'm anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I'm going to be okay. Even though I'm anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I'm going to be okay. Down here, you can use both your hands. Even though I'm anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I'm going to be okay. Right here, even though I'm anxious and nervous, you can do both, one arm up, or like this, or like this. Even though I'm anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I am going to be okay. And then the last one right here, so you find the bend in your wrist and just like about 3 fingers down, about right in there. You can tap here with your fingers, or you can do the shortcut like I'm gonna do and try to tap right here together. Even though I'm anxious and nervous about these uncertain times, I know I am going to be okay. Another one that I like to do just to kind of end it with is I put my hand right at my heart, and there's an acupressure point right in between your pinky finger and your ring finger, about right there, and that really helps for anxiety. So I'm going to put my hand right there, and I'm going to go right here. I'm just going to breathe. Then I'm going to switch hands. I'm feeling much better. Be well. Namaste.